So Sony just had their PlayStation 5 announcement yesterday, and I gotta say, I was pretty impressed. I'm not easily won over by conferences like this, but wow, Sony really brought their game this year. If we treat this as their E3 showcase, which, let's be honest, this was the equivalent of Sony's E3, then this was a great year for them. This announcement was just packed full of great looking games. And we didn't just see Sony's usual stuff. We saw new franchises, old franchises that have long remained dormant, weird stuff that I would never expect from Sony. Really, just across the board, there was a lot to love here. Horizon Forbidden West, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, I can go on, and... What's this? A 3D platformer? No, wait. Strike that. 3 3D platformers.
Oh my god!
Forgive me for geeking out there for a minute, but what? I really didn't expect Sony of all people to announce so many of these games at once. The 3D platformer genre was always my favorite back in the day, but in recent years it's all but gone extinct, with only just very recently seeing a bit of revitalization with games like Crash and Spyro getting remakes, and new IPs like Yooka-Laylee and A Hat in Time attempting to resurrect the dead genre. But with Sony themselves announcing 3 of these games in one show, I think it's pretty clear now that the 3D platformer genre has officially returned in full swing. Okay, maybe not in full swing, we still don't have Sly 5 or Jak 4, but this is a good start. Let's dive into these games a bit, shall we? Now, I've always liked Little Big Planet, but the series has always been two-dimensional, and traditional 2D platformers have never really been my cup of tea. But seeing this series jump from 2D to 3D is like learning that McDonald's is bringing back the McRib again. At first, I can't quite believe my eyes, but once it sinks in, it feels right, you know? But seriously, look! This game looks great. It screams Super Mario 3D World, which, believe me, that's not a bad thing. Similar to 3D World, this game appears to be very linear, like a 2D side-scroller, but adding that third dimension allows for plenty of exploration and freedom for the player, making the game undoubtedly feel loads bigger in scope while still sticking true to that franchise's linear level roots. I think the thing that I'm most excited about in this new game is the fact that it's 4-player co-op, which, I mean, multiplayer is nothing new to Little Big Planet, but seeing it appear in a 3D platformer is something pretty rare. A handful of games have done it, with 3D World again being a direct comparison, but this inclusion is great and should really add to the fun quite a lot. And did I mention the level editing potential? Astro's Playroom is going to be a free game loaded onto every PlayStation 5 at launch day. And wow, it looks pretty great for being free. It gives off those old 3D platformer vibes, particularly Rocket Robot on Wheels, but maybe that's just because it's also starring a robot. Regardless, this little game doesn't look half bad, and the fact that Sony is willing to give it away for free to everyone really shows that they have a high level of confidence in it. Finally, we've got Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Now, I'm going to be honest here. Please don't hurt me, but I've actually never played a Ratchet & Clank game before. I was always more into Sly Cooper and Jak on the PS2, but this game looks really good. I mean, the graphics alone look amazing and look comparable to a Pixar film, honestly. I'm really interested to see more from this game and might actually jump into the series with this one. So yeah, there we have it. 3 games from the 3D platformer genre, all announced within the same reveal event. I know it might not seem like the biggest deal to everyone, but for those of us who grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s with these games a dime a dozen, this was insane. I wonder if this will finally convince Microsoft to make a new Banjo-Kazooie or Conker finally. Probably not. But a man can dream. So what do you guys think? Do you believe Sony just brought an entire genre back from the dead? Are you mad that they didn't reveal Sly Cooper 5? Sound off in the comments section down below. And leave a like and subscribe for more videos and help support. I'm a new YouTuber, as you can see, and can use all the help I can get. Until next time, see you guys.